The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. We do the show every day. Sorry about that. Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else, of course. Nice pump today, 2.4% up. Is Bitcoin going to continue this ride towards the upside? I think it has more room to go down. To be honest with you, there is no divergence on the chart or something like that on the big time frames. On small time frames, we are not actually that what are you gonna say? We're not that surprised by this big move towards the upside over here, because we were actually trying to long it up here somewhere, and then it went lower, and then it went up. But it's a nice move towards the upside, but we are kind of expecting a move towards the upside over here. Now the question is, are we expecting a bigger move from over here right now towards the upside, or are we gonna go down again? So we're gonna check that out a little bit and, you know, try to draw some nice lines, see where this is heading, and so forth, so forth. I think a lot of people are drawing this falling wedge, something like this up here. Might be looking like it wants to break that right now. Maybe it's already broken towards the upside. Maybe this is the start. We're gonna check that out. How's everybody in the chat doing? Vishal, yo, how you doing, man? Stuart Agnus, thumbs up. Toxic, good morning, how you doing? Ken Ulmark is in the chat. Morning, how you doing, man? Vishal, my Bitcoin eat long, doing well. Nice, happy for you, man. Dutch Ring Racing, good morning, man. How you doing? Mladen Petrov is in the chat, looking for some longs or shorts. I don't know. Mladen is always looking for something, drawing some nice lines. Garrett, good morning, chaps and chapats. Chaps and chapats. The Central Plan, what's up? Coffee time, yeah, we got coffee, guys. We got coffee. See the coffee. Oh, yeah. Ah, that's the good stuff, guys. That's the good stuff. Dobro jutro, Stanko. How you doing? Vinet, 10k for my rights. I make you remember every day. But Vinet, you gotta be careful about that, man. You gotta be careful about that, because, you know, you don't have, you know, 30k subs, you know. I got 30k subs, and in the bull market, it's gonna be a lot more subs. So if you continue doing this, you know, you want your breaking rights, you don't want me, make me forget, you know. I won't make you forget. When we don't hit 10k, when we hit 100k, I won't make you forget what you said back then in the bearish time. Oh, we're going down 10k, yo, I want my breaking rights. Just remember that, you know. Don't push it. John, good morning. Snood is in the chat. Good morning. Edward, too good. What's up? Good morning, man. Tired likes. Dobro jutro. Kava sada. Kava. Valentina Aleksandrova. Dobro utro. Mohammed, how you doing? Bullish here. Yeah, kinda. We're gonna see that. Sub squad. It's the day we're gonna have some proper relief. Maybe. Just maybe. We already had a proper relief. Like 2.3% up is huge. Altcoins are also like 1-2% up, so they are not, you know, head running Bitcoin or anything like that. So that's good. Shkoda la Shkoda. Edward Too Good is in the chat. There we go. We enter the chat. 46 people here. Hit the like button, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, I don't know why. I really don't care about like buttons. I don't think like buttons have that much effect on the stuff. There are other stuff that are a little bit more important to YouTube, I think. And you know, the like button, I'm not really on the like button bandwagon, but I like that you guys are telling, you know, YouTube that, you know, you like the stuff, so this is good. So the question is this you know, did this break towards the upside, did this, you know, break towards the downside? Let's just draw two lines up here. Let's just do this one over here and this one over here, and we're gonna go to 1 hourly time frame. See, did this actually break towards the upside? Now looking at like this up here, maybe if you lose top up here, it never actually broke. Maybe we're gonna use all of these stops up here as well. Just these two, you know, it looks like it broke up, but then it, you know, it kind of failed. It kind of failed. So it looks like it's kind of failed up here, and this over here looks like it's kind of failing right now. So, you know, I think it's too early to say whether we are above it or not. Let's see. There was also, I think, divergence up here on the chart. There was divergence on the chart. Oh, over here. So the price over here is going towards downside, while the RSI up here is going towards upside. So there is a, you know, bearish divergence up here. So maybe we're gonna pull back a little bit more before we go towards upside. Nothing goes in straight line towards up and down, and these you know, these what are you gonna call it, zigzag lines, these, you know, pullbacks, this consolidation pattern, you know, often at times works this way. But now we got some kind of two touches on the bottom side down here. We got a, you know, one decent touch up here on the top side. Maybe we can try to, you know, draw some kind of channels up here, maybe something like this, maybe something like this, give or take. Over here, let's see if there are some lines that are better than other lines. Yeah, this looks like pretty decent. Maybe this is some kind of channel towards upside up here that we are right now climbing. You know, people will say, of course, immediately, hey man, this is a bear flag, gonna go towards downside. It just might go towards downside. If this is a bear flag and it's gonna go towards downside, then we are looking at something like, you know, depends on where it's actually break, you know, something like 18K. But it's too early to say whether it's a bear flag or not. I think it's kind of a little bit too big to be a bear flag, and it doesn't have the same kind of pattern. To me, it might be like, you know, some kind of, you know, around the bottom down here, and then we're going to continue towards the upside. So we're gonna see that this over here was kind of bear flag-ish. I'm gonna say that this was a bear flag-ish over here. Let's see. Did this actually play out all, you know, from the top to the bottom, something like this? Yeah, give or take. It didn't get all the way to 91, but, you know, it came pretty close up here. So, you know, it is a decent move up here. Maybe something like this on this channel. Maybe just showing the where the next channel is going to go down to. So whether this is a, you know, bear flag again towards downside, I think it's a little bit too early to say. This looks more like a bear flag than this over here, but it's still going towards the upside. It's still, you know, flagging towards the upside, so we need to break certain resistance up here towards the upside to become a little bit bullish. This is the 4 hourly time frame. Not I mean, it is exciting, but not as exciting as some other patterns up here. I've seen a lot of people drawing the triangles, of course, that we just saw. Something like this, give or take. These are nice hits on the line, so we're gonna use all of these hits, something like this. And on the bottom side, we're gonna use maybe something like this, because it goes up here very nicely and then goes down there, and, you know, it has some very nice hits, you know, on the line up here. Maybe something there, something there. It looks like some kind of falling wedge. Maybe some kind of falling wedge. Maybe this was the dump, or, you know, two touches up here, went down here. I think I've seen these kind of, you know, these kind of endings on the falling wedges before. So what happens here is that price goes down to the falling wedge, hits it 2 times, then rallies towards the upside, gets everybody, you know, thinking it's gonna go down. Fast move towards downside, doesn't even hit the line on downside, gets back up here, and then breaks out towards upside. So it could be bullish if we can manage to actually break above these levels up here towards upside, because then I think we have broken the trend. So this is also, you know, big long-term 4 hourly you know, downtrend over here that we might just break very, very soon, but we haven't unfortunately broken it just yet. But I think if we can manage to get out of the falling wedge, that's going to be very, very bullish. But you know, the target, you know, the resistance up here is around something like 20.4, 20.3. 3 give or take. So we gotta get above those levels. If you can manage to get above those levels, that's gonna be good. I'm not so much, I'm still not much bearish, especially after this move towards upside. Even though we have divergence up here that I just showed you on the chart, we have some kind of small divergence up here on the chart. Even though with this divergence down here, maybe some kind of pullback, maybe a small move towards downside before we actually go towards upside. So still a little bit bullish up here, and you know, it would be nice if this actually can break towards the upside. As you remember, there was this very nice line. Where was the line? On the 4-hourly daily. Where was the line? It wasn't on the 4-hourly. Which line was that? Forget about line. I forgot which line was that. Maybe it was something like this up here, give or take. Maybe it was something like this. I don't remember. Maybe it was these two bottoms down here, but you know, it has some little hits on that. Maybe it was that. Yeah, and right now we are still holding that level of support. Now on the other hand, if you do for whatever reason, you know, fail right now and suddenly dump you know, below the support down here, below, out of the falling wedge towards downside, that might be actually very bad for, you know, for a move toward downside, but it might be also a capitulation move towards downside where we actually go towards upside again. But it doesn't seem to me that that's going to be the case right now. We already fell from the top to the bottom of the falling wedge. We did it, you know, 1-2 hits on the downside. We rallied towards upside, hit resistance, moved down, didn't go below. Right now we got a higher high up here. We went back up to resistance. If we can manage to break resistance up here, this is going to be very bullish for Bitcoin. And then we can you know, start talking about, you know, yesterday's models, you know, 22k or whatever. You know, we can talk about higher numbers, guys. Again, we can again talk about higher numbers. So people are gonna people will definitely, you know, be left behind again, because a lot of people, you know, might have, you know, bought up here at the top, and we went down, and right now they're selling, you know, because they, oh, it's gonna drop down to zero. I'm gonna sell here, and then I'm gonna buy down here, and then it goes up here, and then they form again at the same place up here, right? It's normal, you know, normal human pattern that people follow. When there is fear, they sell. When there is euphoria, they buy. And they should be doing other way around. They should be buying when there is fear, and they should be selling when there is euphoria, right? That, you know, it's a little bit controversial move, but you know, there is that. On the daily time frame, we got a huge divergence up here being created, but it's not yet close. We haven't actually made the divergence up here yet. So we got this slowdown here at, you know, 27. Even if we had broken this on the downside down here, I don't think we will have gotten to back to 25. So there would have been divergence up here on the chart or over here, but we didn't do that. We are still above the previous low down here, so we got a higher low up here on the daily time frame. There is no divergence. We got a bullish cross on the MACD. On this is a weekly time frame. Sorry, this is a weekly time frame. So everything looks fine when even from the perspective on the weekly time frame. There is nothing that says right now that there is what you gonna say, that there is some kind of irregularities on the chart or something like that. Now if it did have fallen down here, lower down here, that would have been a divergence, bigger divergence. Everybody would have long this, and then you're looking for the next two patterns. Now like we said before, this is gonna take time, guys. This is gonna take time. Over here, you know, it would have been nice, you know, to just get a V-shaped recovery back to, you know, 50k or something like that, but you know, it might, you know, do a shaky before we actually go towards upside. Accumulation phase is gonna take a little bit of time. It's already taking a little bit of time. How long do we have this accumulation phase right now down here? We're gonna measure it from the, you know, very bottom down here. So right now this has been 74 bars, and if you remember last time we measured the 2018 and 2014 recession, depends on when you started. Over here from the breakout was 108 bars, so this was little bit over 3 months, right? A little bit over 3 months. So if you pulled all the way down, back down here, it was, you know, 4 months, you know, accumulation phase. And you can see, let's go to the weekly time frame up here as well. Where was it? You can see down here, it did a little bit, you know, shaky move up here, some kind of shaky move before it actually went towards upside. So our shaky move right now in 2020 is just starting, or you know, it is not just starting, but you know, it's coming, you know, somewhere. So you know, we are not out of the, you know, accumulation phase down here, but guys, you are the blue dot. You are the blue dot. I don't know if you guys remember what we talked about yesterday, but you are the blue dot. Rocco. Not Rocco. Let's go up here. BitBoy. I know BitBoy actually, you know, tweeted this, so, you know, we can check it out. He tweets so much. He tweets so much. This chart over here. You are the blue dot, guys. You are the blue dot. This blue dot up here does not come often. 2019, 2015, 2012, 1, 2, 3, 4 ties. And once this blue dot is finished, guys, once this blue dot is finished, we start getting into these, you know, light green dots up here. You know, it's pretty much game over. It's pretty much game over. You know, you might hope you're gonna get a light blue dot. You might hope for that. You know, but it's pretty much over. Once you get into the green stuff, into the green stuff, it's pretty much over, right? You are right now the blue dot, and you have a chance to be the blue dot. You have to abuse the chance. Now these blue dots, we are all the blue dot. We are all the blue dot. We have a chance to be the blue dot. We are right now the blue dot, but these blue dots won't last forever. It might last right now. It might last next month. I don't know when it's gonna stop, but once it stops, it's game over. The blue dot is finished. You wanna be the guy. You wanna be the guy telling other people, guys, I'm the blue dot. I am the one down here. You know, people will, ah, man, I was the red dot, I was the yellow dot, I was the green dot, but you are the dark blue dot. So make sure to, you know, not financial advice or anything like that, but, you know, you are the blue dot. Will this go further towards downside? I am still not on the bandwagon towards downside. I don't see much bearishness. Like, we have to break some certain very important, you know, very important stuff to be that bearish, and I'm not that bearish. Maybe something like this up here. There we go. These are actually nice lines. Maybe something like this. There you go. Maybe it's still some kind of falling wedge up here. Now, if you do break this on the downside down here, that's gonna be, you know, it might be a decent dump over here. I still don't see that happening. I was even yesterday when we were trading, I was actually being bullish. Kind of failed the trade yesterday. By the way, yesterday's trade is actually closed. Let's go a little bit to the small time frames up here, so just say what actually happened. We longed somewhere up here. And oh wait, this was 5 minutes time. Let's go to 1 minute time frame, because, you know, we were degents back then, so, you know, we saw this falling wedge down here. There was falling wedge up here. We longed this up here, and when it started going down here, somewhere up here, came to the my entry point. I put actually a stop loss over down here, but I exited the position as soon as it came back down to the line, because I kind of felt it kind of lost a little bit of the move. Now you can see that we did fall through. We would have, you know, gotten stopped out over here, and down here was some kind of, you know, next accumulation phase. You can see up here we went down on the wick. A lot of stop loss got hit over here. A lot of accumulation was happening, and then as soon as we, you know, came back up there again, I think this was actually the bottom. This was also 15 minutes, some kind of a huge divergence, and then from that point on we actually rallied towards upside. So this over here was actually bottom, not this over here. But, you know, you cannot catch them all. You cannot catch them all. Maybe in Pokemon you can catch them all, but not here. And, you know, yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Let's look at some other interesting stuff. Let's see. I haven't checked out DXY. DXY depends on how you draw the line. Of course, this looks like it's already you know, kind of broken downside. Maybe there is some kind of triangle happening up here on the chart, give or take, something like this over here. Maybe it's gonna do another move up here towards upside before it actually goes down. I think this 4-hourly does look like it's actually broken towards downside. Daily and weekly stuff is still, you know, pumping towards upside. I think, let's see up here, we are still above the bigger trend up here. Where was it? Give or take, something like this. We are still above this line up here. As long as we are above this line, everything is technically bullish. So it can fall down here, but it can still continue pumping towards the upside. So, you know, we cannot say that this uptrend over here, although this uptrend might have right now finished over here, right now consolidating up here, it might have finished, maybe. It's, you know, the DXY is still pumping towards upside until it actually breaks below the trend. So this long-term trend, this daily trend over here is still not broken, it's still intact. It does look weaker by the day over here, and it does look weaker, you know, with the divergence and stuff like that. I think even momentum, let's check out the momentum and stuff like that on this thing over here. Let's go a little bit 2-day chart, maybe we can Yeah, so even the momentum up here is, you know, falling down a little bit. You cannot say. Let's see weekly momentum. Yeah, the weekly momentum is definitely falling down. You can see up here that, you know, these two moves up here. And if you look at it on this chart over here, you can see that the momentum towards the upside is lowering. So we are going higher and higher, but the momentum is going towards downside, right? Which is not actually a good thing for if you want to continue towards upside. It might be just consolidating an option, but it's way too steep option. So, you know, eventually it just might get some kind of double top up here and then a break on the downside down here. So how it's gonna look like, not quite sure, but it does look like it's stopping out. Now, if DXY is stopping out, that means that, you know, our dear Bitcoin will actually perform well. S&P 500 is the, you know, doing this move towards upside. Now, look here, guys, look here. I'm gonna show you something. This was what is it? We just talked about this. Let me just find chart so I don't have to draw it again. Looks like I have to draw it again. Doesn't matter. Let's clean up everything up here. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, up here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Goes from over here down there. You know, this is some kind of falling wedge up here. It really doesn't matter. So look at this, guys. Look at it. Look at this last pattern up here. It goes down to the bottom, double tests that bottom, bounces off to the resistance. So bottom resistance, fake out towards downside, getting higher high up here and bouncing back towards upside. And right now I think it wants to go towards upside, right? Now look what ESPN is doing right over here, right? This is S&P 500, right? It went down to the bottom, double bottom, right? Double bottom, went up to the resistance, test resistance, fast move towards downside. As long as we get maybe some kind of higher high up here, and then a move towards upside up here, that's gonna be the same kind of pattern that's happening right now on Bitcoin, right? Double, although it's not a falling wedge, it's still, you know, it's still the play between a falling trend. So this falling trend is hitting some kind of support line on the downside. Yes, this is also double bottom, but you know, in bigger picture, you can go to 2-day chart. Maybe you can see this better on 2-day chart, maybe even 3-day chart. So you can, you know, let's go 3-day chart, something like this. Now you can see it. Bottom, double bottom, rally towards the upside. Resistance retested 1, 2, 3 times. Big fast move towards downside, right? As long as we get a higher high up here, it's gonna be the same move that Bitcoin does. If you can get bounce off up here on the support around the 3.8 or something like that, give or take, maybe I don't know what kind of support it's gonna be. Some kind of support up here, it just might bounce towards the upside very nicely, and then, you know, maybe even break this towards the upside. So it's not all that bearish just because it's going down. Just because stuff is going down doesn't mean that it's, you know, instantly bearish. You know, instantly bearish. Like over here you can see the same thing. Let's just remove the lines again. And the reason I'm saying this right now is because this isn't the first time I've noticed this. You know, move down. I don't know how many times it hits. Sometimes it hits it a lot of times, and then goes up to resistance. Then it has this fast move towards downside. Technically, it's like three touches. Take like 3 touches, but this last touch is like higher than previous touch. So, you know, it goes up, down, go up, and then goes fast. If you look at this on the 5-minute chart, and you see some kind of line towards downside, right? On 5-minute chart, it might go something like this, you know, and then go up, then go something like this, and then something like this, and then you know, you think, oh, that's finished, you know, it goes up, you know, and then it comes like big move, fast move towards downside to get out these people up here, and just, you know, picks up and, you know, continues towards the upside. So oftentimes this happens on 5-minute time frame, and this big move is actually usually often some kind of wick that goes back to these lows, and then it just starts rallying towards the upside, right? So there might have been some kind of accumulation phase up here where people accumulate, want to go up, and then, you know, big fast move to get everybody down here, you know, out of the market, and then big fast move towards the upside. Now, right now, the price can actually continue going towards the upside, which might actually be a very bullish move, which might actually, I mean, the same thing is happening on S&P. So I'm not that very bearish, guys. I'm not very bearish. I'm sorry, guys. I know you want to 10K. VNet wants to 10K. VNet wants the bragging rights. I'm not that bearish. I didn't expect to care so much about the dollar when I got into crypto. What about your trade? The trade got closed with a 20%, sorry, not 20 bucks loss or something like that. It's a very small loss, but I closed on the open. I didn't wait for the stop loss to hit. It was kind of looking bad. I just told you about the trade. If you had guts to hold until Asian session. If I had guts to hold, but I'm not going that route, man. Beat it standard K. I hear vibrations. 38k by October. Dark winter is coming. How can it be dark winter if the 38k? How can it be dark? I don't get it. Even if you get dark winter at 38k, like what kind of winter is that? What's gonna do? 38k down to 8k? Nah. You're never getting 20k. If you go up to 38k, you're not getting 20k again, man. You ain't getting 20k. You can hope. You ain't getting. You're the tour guy in my crypto journey. Rise up your sticks and guide us to Lambo Plaza. We are not buying Lambos, guys. We are buying, family vans with 6 seats, all inclusive, from Mercedes or something like that. There will be no Lambos. Unless they start making Lambos with 5 car seats, there will be no Lambos. And the 10 minutes looks bullish too. I don't know, I haven't checked out, 10 minutes, but it looks nice, S&P looks nice, DX. Dollar looks like it's, hitting the top. There might be, it's an expanding folding wedge on the S&P 500. So, this same move that's happening on Bitcoin right now might be happening on S&P. Bitcoin looks like it's coming back down to the bottom, stuff like that, right? And of course, we can crash through everything. Something might happen. Black Swan event. Doesn't have to be even a Black Swan event. You can just, slowly roll over and go down. But I don't feel it that way, I don't feel it that way. Family wins over Lambos, yeah. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, if you get a Lambo, I got 3 kids. I need to take 3 trips to the store, 1, 2, just to bring everybody over there, and then 3 trips back. It's nice. I like driving Lambo, perhaps, I don't know, maybe, I have to try. But, it's too much driving, even for a Lambo. Lambo should be outside your house, outside your restaurant. You should just stand there, stay there. You should not, because when you're driving Lambo, like nobody can see, inside. You want to have the Lambo outside the restaurant while you are inside, next to the window and watching your Lambo, and people going, next to your Lambo, seeing your Lambo, and then seeing you, knowing that you own the Lambo. Now that's nice, right? You don't want to just drive, around everywhere with Lambo. Lambo should be like, a piece outside your house or restaurant or wherever you are on the beach. What do you think about the chart of housing market I posted yesterday? Do you expect a big dump like 2008? Yeah, you posted actually a nice chart, and let me show these people the chart about housing market. And I'll tell you what I think about housing market. Now, there are two ways to look at this, right? Here's the chart. It's a very nice chart. Oh, you cannot see this. Let me copy this up here. I'll post up here. It's a very nice chart. This over here, this chart, it represents, let me do it like this and expand up here so you can see all the chart. This is monthly supply of new houses in the United States. 2008 bubble right up here, and you can see that once you start hitting these levels on the upside, it starts going towards us. So new houses, stops being built. I gotta tell you, I'm not very optimistic about the housing market. I already thought this is gonna crash, but it's not. But it's a very, very slow process. The way I see it, when the interest rates went down to 0, right, and even below 0, I knew that they cannot just continue going down. So everybody knew right now is the buying frenzy. It's euphoria. Interest rates are 0. Everybody's buying, right? And then interest rates, of course, they have nowhere else to go. Then they have to go up, right? And slowly they start climbing towards the upside. And once they start climbing towards the upside, now a lot of people bought homes and stuff like that. But people are still in the frenzy, right? Just because you reach the top. Let me show you on the chart a little bit up over here. Let's go to the daily chart. Let's clean up everything. So I would say that, 0 interest rates was up here, maybe up here. That was the 0 interest rates, right? Huge euphoria, huge frenzy. People are buying homes, people are buying houses because, they can get right. And I think right now we are going through this part over here. I think we have already been going through this part over here. Right now interest rates are going towards upside. My mortgage is getting more expensive, right, because of interest. People are having a lot harder time borrowing money, and homes are getting a lot more expensive because I don't know how, but they're getting more expensive. I have some kind of theory that why they are getting more expensive, but you know, but I think right now we are coming to this part over here of this frenzy market, right? The frenzy market was, you know, stupidly high up here right now with 0% interest on my, but it takes time, you know, just because you know have interest going down, it's not like, you know, suddenly you get a crash in the market. It slowly has to, you know, kind of deflate, kind of slow down enough to start, you know, tipping over, and once it starts tipping over, it's gonna increase, the way I see it, right? But the reason the houses in Norway, for example, are still rising crazily towards the upside, and I think that's the reason. I think that has something to do with inflation. So even though we have, you know, interest rates going towards upside, I think that the inflation is helping, you know, keeping the prices stable. I think inflation is helping keeping price, and I don't think people are actually in panic yet. I know a lot of people are like, I'm not gonna buy, I'm gonna wait, you know, high prices, but they are not quite there where it's full stop. You know, it's full stop of building. There was also some kind of mentioning that they have been stopping they have been stopping, you know, some kind of building projects in Oslo and stuff like that. They're putting some kind of ban on building. Maybe they're also trying to, you know, stabilize the market. I don't know what they're trying to do, but interest rates keep going up. People cannot keep on buying houses, guys. People cannot keep on buying houses because the amount you have to pay every month is getting so much bigger than everything else, right? So what I'm expecting, and right now the big thing in Norway is that the renting prices as well have gone through the roof. Like everything, and if you want to rent in Oslo and Bergen and stuff like in big cities, the rents are really high. And I have this, I have a feeling this has to do something with housing price. People are, maybe it's a combination. People are not actually wanting to, you know, rent. They don't actually want to buy, so they want to rent. So the house, rents goes up. Now also the electricity prices are going up, so maybe the renters have to increase the price. So everything is kind of jumping on top of each other and pushing the renting prices towards the upside. So houses in Norway are extremely expensive, and still the market is very hot, and the renting prices is going through the roof, and interest rates are going through the roof, and inflation is going through the roof. So I think that we are going to get a crash once the inflation is getting stabilized, because once you stabilize the inflation and start inflation going down, I think the housing prices is going to drop. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I'm taking my measures. I think we have one apartment right now out on trying to sell one apartment, and we already sold another apartment, and I'm trying to get rid of apartments. I'm trying to pay off my debt, and you know, we just trying to, you know, kind of get through this. I'm gonna show you a chart what is gonna tell me that we are actually going through into the housing crash. I'm gonna show you a chart. Let me find it. Let me just find the chart first. There is a very nice chart. I have to find out what is the chart called? It's about, actually, I should have bookmarked that page, man. It's from 2000. for middling steed. March. Yeah, it is an. I think I found it. Just a second. July. There we go, and the image is over here, and that's the image. Let's copy the image. Okay, this is the chart, guys. This is the chart, and this is gonna tell me when we are going through the housing crash. So this says in Norwegian, omsetningstid i antall dager fra boligen første gang ble annonsert, månedstall. So this is how many days it takes for an apartment to be sold after it's firstly announced. And they have this very nice statistic, and statistics still in July is following the same route. You can see here that right now we have been, you know, beating all the records. It's only take like 38, 30 days, 29, 26, 25 days over here, you know, January, February, March, and in July it's a little bit higher than before, but still below all of the it's still below all of the other, you know, averages that we usually do. These are the years 2018, 19, 2020, 21, and 22. So right now 22, it takes 41 days to sell apartment from actually it coming out. So the time that, you know, stuff is gonna change is when the time for the selling the apartment is going above these averages. So in August, if you see this number starts climbing above these averages up here, right? If I see the numbers start climbing up here above these averages, if I see the, let me just turn off this up here. If we see the number start climbing above the averages, you know that there's something is wrong with the market, right? You know that, you know, it takes longer time when it should have been taking 35, 40, you know, 49 days to, you know, sell apartment. It takes longer and longer to sell an apartment. I think that's gonna be a very good indicator to tell us, you know, that okay, right now, you know, something is wrong. People are no longer buying, and then you know, the housing prices is gonna start coming down and stuff like that. And I think that might be the first sign. So I'm definitely looking at this chart over here, how long it actually takes time to sell an apartment. You can see here until 2020, like we haven't have the, you know, even though we are building more than ever before right now in Norway, there is still you know, new records being broken every day. Like in 2018, 19. This is 2020. This is Corona. Corona. 2019. It still took like over here like 61 days in 2019. That's before Corona. You know, nice times. 61 days to sell an apartment. Right now it takes only 38 days. Imagine inflation is through the roof. The interest rates are going through the roof. And yet it takes only 38 days to sell an apartment. While in 2019, when we had very low interest rates and everything was peaceful and nice, you know, it took 60 days. So definitely, I would say this is euphoria up down here. I would say this is euphoria. And once this euphoria goes over, it's gonna start going to this way up here. And once that happens, I think that we're gonna be, you know, seeing some kind of, you know, ending of the housing market, maybe. Bill Gates hates organic farming. When you own your farm, you have to say as to what the farm can use and what not. Look how much land Bill Gates now owns. Given the housing market, a big place. Inflation. I don't know. The problem with the, you know, trying to figure the problem with trying to figure out how long the, you know, the bear market, the housing market has left. I don't actually know. Maybe just gonna continue going up. Maybe they, you know, something's gonna come up and it's gonna stabilize the market. I don't know. And then the prices are still gonna continue rising towards the upside. I don't know. It might be a year. It might be 5 years. I have no clue, man. But it's kind of. I don't like the, you know, the euphoria that's right now is still, you know, in the housing market. So there's that. Captain is in chat. Hi, Captain. Anyways, guys, I've been ranting a lot about, you know, housing market and stuff like that. I don't know. I think that the housing market right now is going through this phase over here. I think the euphoria is done. I think euphoria of the housing market is done, at least from what I can see in Norway, because you know, low interest rates, you know, peaceful, everything is nice. The euphoria phase of the housing market is done. I think right now we are in some kind of hopium phase that this is just gonna continue going towards the upside. I think that's hopium phase, because every time you know, come to these stops, you think it's gonna go higher and higher and higher, and eventually I think once this these last buyers are, you know, out of the market, once people understand that, you know, this is not going anywhere, I think we're gonna get a crash. I think we're gonna get a crash. I don't know if that's gonna be 2008 or something like that, but you know, I think there will be a crash. Very hard to predict as we don't have crystal ball. Yeah, no crystal ball. Metropolitan areas with rising prices, countryside, off grid, not so much. Not quite sure, but yeah, definitely metropolitan area, like they have been driving these increasing prices like crazy. It's observing what's happening. Okay, we are the blue balls. Yeah, and with that guy said, you are the blue ball, guys. You are the blue. We are the blue balls. We are the blue balls. Be the. You got a chance of lifetime to be a blue ball. You can tell a dark blue, not just blue ball, dark blue ball. You can be dark blue ball, guys. Remember that. With that, again, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna look more of what Bitcoin is doing. That it might be trade, might not be a trade. We're gonna see that. Guys, the blue balls. Long live the blue balls. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. People don't understand. Like when the blue balls are done, you're gonna be crying, oh man, why didn't I buy the blue ball? Why did I not buy the blue ball? You're gonna be crying about that. Anyway, guys. Put it over. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit the notifications button if you don't have a notifications button on. Blue balls. Bye everybody. And guys, I'll see you another time. Okay? Join KuCoin, guys. If I see you guys using KuCoin and not using my link, I'm gonna be disappointed. You know that. You know. I got a KuCoin link. I'm shilling my KuCoin link all the time. I'm one of the very few people shilling KuCoin. And you not being on KuCoin, not using my link, you know, I gotta be a little bit disappointed. Use the KuCoin link, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Chicks, I'd make her make me 2 coffees every morning. She'd make me 2 coffees, and one I would drink, and the other